gratitude, which is a transformational trigger, is not practiced in our society. I will invite Pakistan Institute of Fashion and Design, Lahore, and Government College University, Hyderabad, for the impromptu round. The representative for Government College University, Hyderabad, please step up on the stage. The first topic for our impromptu round is the power of gratitude, which is a transformational trigger, is not practiced in our society. I invite the team Pakistan Institute of Fashion and Design, Lahore, and Government College University, Hyderabad, to please appear on the stage.
GCU Hyderabad, please come on the stage. The 30 minutes are over. This is not fair.
Government, please step up on the podium.
Honorable Chair, I begin with the utmost gratitude, which is such a powerful transformation trigger, but unfortunately it's not being implemented in our society. The fast pace of this life, excuse me, the fast pace of this life has forgotten that the informational of this, excuse me. Okay, may I start? Thank you. Okay, so the fast pace of this life has made us forget that giving the benefit of doubt is actually a thing. Rather, we're constantly rushing out to not express this important quality. And in this world, we have become so materialistic that we are just looking out for the tangible things in a relationship, any kind of relationship, and we've forgotten that the connection we could build over abstract and the intangible things means a lot. This expression of gratitude is what could take you to places, but what are you actually doing? We are not using this character trait. Let alone aside the character trait of being selfless, because we have indulged ourselves in such competition that we're just looking out for benefits. We're seeing who could benefit us more, who could be a bigger help for us, and we've forgotten that we had to be kind, we had to be grateful. And this gratitude myopia, which I must comment on, the gratitude myopia has become so short-sighted that we've forgotten that we have to be in this society to be grateful and show all the gratitude to actually live. And also, I would really want to pinpoint on the fact of this current era where we're just expressing a social image because we're just social climbers. We're putting up a front, we're faking it all, and we're just thinking that we're expressing gratitude, but in reality, the honest gratitude is so far away from what we're actually doing. And we go on and post about the honest gratitude, the true gratitude, but we are not. And here I end my speech because I respect the quality of showing gratitude. Thank you.
Audience, please maintain the hall decorum and be silent during the debate. Thank you.
Hello, okay. I would like... Hello, am I audible? Okay. Should I start? I would like to reject all the points given by my proposition by saying she woke up paying gratitude to whatever divine force she follows. Let me tell you my first argument, which is paying gratitude to the divine force. Muslims pay gratitude to Allah. Hindus pay gratitude to Bhagwan. Christians pay gratitude to Jesus. Even atheists pay gratitude to the Big Bang. And here she is coming and telling me gratitude is not practiced in our society, whereas she is the one who has paid the gratitude while waking up in the morning in her Fajr prayer. My second argument is that 87% of Pakistani men are paying gratitude to who? Their family. 87% of married Pakistani men are living with their family. Why? They are paying gratitude, thanking their parents for such a good upbringing. My third argument, dear ladies and gentlemen and the speaker, which is very, very good. Palestinians. Let me remind you, have you all seen how Palestinians pay gratitude? The words that they repeat, Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, what you have given me, I am giving it back to you. What is this? This is gratitude. And let me remind you, Palestinians are Muslim. So yes, they are our society. Let me give an example of August 2022, when Pakistan was severely injured and affected by flood. What were the people doing? These were the same words that were repeated by Pakistan as well. And in the end, I would like to repeat one quote from Quran. Allah says, Allah directly talks to you people. He says, pay gratitude, O people, pay gratitude and you will be rewarded. And once you deny, listen me out, once you deny, you will be severely injured and you will be severely affected. In Surah Ibrahim, verse 7. Thank you, everybody.
Our second topic for the impromptu round is corruption is the only obstacle to the country's development. For that, I invite the University of Balochistan as well as National University of Science and Technology. Please join us on stage.
What a tragedy, Madam Speaker. Standing here, I propose a resolution that corruption is the only obstacle in this country's development. According to the Corruption Perception Index, Pakistan is the 133rd least corrupted country among 180 countries. Isn't it a joke? Since 2018, Pakistan's literacy rate has been grown by only 0.99%. What are the reasons? Let me tell you. In this country, the promises of a transparent government have been broken, and the people watch in despair as their leaders hide behind walls of deceit. The masses are left wandering. Promises are made, but rarely are they kept. Corrupt individuals, often shielded by their connections, evade the grasp of justice. Corruption has seeped into the economy like a venomous serpent, howling the backbone of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask the opposition, name any single department which is not affected by corruption, directly or indirectly. I ask the opposition to have some guts to talk about the truths and reality. But I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, the opposition would not be able to talk about the reality because corruption has affected her too. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask the opposition, the masses are fed up of the slogans that says that corruption, say no to corruption. This country do not have any potential to bear these slogans anymore. Have some guts and deny it. Do something about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask the opposition, every single person living in this country is being affected by corruption. Here I propose the resolution again, that corruption is the only obstacle that remains in the way to the development of this country.
with your permission. So the government side comes up here and tells us corruption is the only obstacle. Ladies and gentlemen, we will first define what exactly corruption is and what exactly development is. Corruption is the abuse of entrusted power that you've given to the state. And development is the approach, achieving the principle of utilitarianism, where you try to maximize and achieve optimal satisfaction for your citizens. So we're keeping both of these definitions in mind. I asked you, ladies and gentlemen, I asked the government, why is it when you turn back and see the opium-eating nation of China, when they rose to become the emerging leaders of this world, and they still have a corruption rate of 60%? Why is it that Russia, largest by land mass, still have a corruption, which are still found on the corruption perception index? Why is that Japan, after the 1945 Hiroshima and Nagasaki incident, was found in the rubble, but after that they rose to become the highest, the best technologically advanced nation in the world, but still they have a corruption rate of 70%. And why is that? That in India, the largest youth market present, and the corruption rate is higher than that of Pakistan. So the problem here does not mean that corruption is the only obstacle in a country's development. There is development where there is corruption. We believe there are other factors that affect a country's development. If you take a look at Pakistan and the horse Ichra Bazaar Waqia, when that case of blasphemy happened, did you blame your corrupt authorities for that? No, you blame the illiteracy rate for that. You blame the lack of resources on your education for that. You blame your poor governance for that. You did not blame the corrupt individuals at that point in time, because that showcased your development in front of the world media. On a secondary level, we believe security issues and terrorism is also a factor to a country's development. Do you believe that the 16th December incident was due to your corrupt individuals, due to your corrupt politicians? No, the child cried out and asked for security, for peace, not for corruption. So with that, we believe there are other obstacles as well affecting a country's development, and corruption isn't the only obstacle. Thank you so much.
Our third resolution for the afternoon is the existing research in Pakistan lags behind applied sciences, innovation and development. I will invite Government College University, Lahore and Institute of Management Sciences, Peshawar for this topic.
With the permission of the panel, I'll now start my speech. There's a reason why the last Nobel laureate that Pakistan produced was over 7 decades ago. There's a reason why Arfa Karim died in Pakistan, because of brain tumor, since there was a lack of research and innovation that could potentially save her life. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes merely 30,000 rupees for you to publish a fake research in a substandard publication so you can secure a government job by increasing the level of your publication. This is the condition of our society, where you have writhing insecurities and people are using fake researches to justify their jobs. 3 arguments from the government bench then. First, it leads to disincentivization of good research, and the cultivation of individuals who are intelligent has radically decreased. And the third argument is going to be about bad research that exists in the status quo. Our arguments then are simple. You have brain drain happening in Pakistan, where the brightest of minds are leaving your countries because universities are just not as good as beyond the developed world. The second thing then is that you don't have good labs. Saparco has a lower budget than your military, which means that the space program that you're going to incentivize in the status quo is something that China is doing for you. We don't even have the capacity of sending our own satellite to space. The third thing then is that individuals and universities in the status quo disincentivize research and innovation because they don't have the resources to spend on it. You have increasing pensions, but the capacity for you to make sure that individuals who are doing research are paid adequately is very, very low. The third thing then is about decultivation of individuals with incredible mind. It takes a good university and a good amount of resources for you to develop and innovate in the developing world. But the lack of it and the lack of resources in the education department leads to a decrease on the researches that are being cultivated. Look at our neighbors then. They have a Silicon Valley that they continue to invest in, which means that their development is far more than the development we have been able to achieve in the status quo. The burden on opposition then is to justify why we're still producing Nobel laureates, whilst we're still producing technology that we need. We aren't, and that is the case from the government side. Thank you.
Am I audible to everyone? Okay, thank you, Chair, for recognizing my right to speak. As the member of National Assembly from the government side pointed out, that we are from the land of Dr. Abdul Salam, a Nobel laureate in the field of physics, who did groundbreaking research in physics, and we are also a nuclear-powered country, one in like very few in the world. So this shows that we definitely have a lot of inspiration to look up to. And he said that we're not funding enough, though I'm not going to claim that we are some like world beaters in terms of research, but we're not as bad as the member of the government would like to think. We have the Higher Education Commission, which invested heavily and made a special body by the name of ORIC, whose entire job is to incentivize people that do research. They fund them, they give them incentives so that innovative researches can come about in Pakistan. Now I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm not even going to have to go forward. Our own focal person, she herself is doing research with a Malaysian university in terms of innovating the ways in which language can be taught. She's an English professor. So when such kinds of researches come, such kinds of world recognized researches come and they produce results here, then afterwards, if we move forward, we have a unicorn in research in the form of Aga Khan. They have done a lot of research. They have produced vaccines in terms of hepatitis and whatnot, and they're like a unicorn in terms of that. And just recently, like, I'm not going to say that we sent a space mission, but it shows our intent. Like, we are collaborating in our closest friend is China, and we collaborated with them to send a space mission to China. With the help of China, we sent it to space, and it successfully just last week completed it. So saying that we don't have research, I think it's an absurd claim. We are from the land of great minds, and we have contributed greatly to the world. Thank you so much.
Our next resolution is media's portrayal of women perpetuated harmful stereotypes and unrealistic beauty standards. For this topic, I invite Liaquat University of Medical and Health Sciences, Jamshoro, and University of Tarbat.
I welcome you all to an abode, a place where Instagram is uselessly praised, Snapchat is present always, Twitter is a disgrace. TikTok will make you amazed, but social media is the worst enemy of your days. Honorable Chair, media. What is media? Media is the medium to deceive the masses. Media is the gambit of glamour and flapper. Media is the cult of ugliness and nakedness. Media means immorality, immaturity, immodesty. Media means aimlessness, shamelessness, dresslessness, and my opponents are saying that media's portrayal of women has not perpetuated harmful stereotypes and unrealistic beauty standards. Then you're trying to prove that the black crow is white and nothing else. Honorable Chair, my blood boils. My mind screams and I find no way to escape when I see household women being glamorized by the beauty standards set up by media. I see women not being comfortable in their own skin. I see women spending lakhs opting for plastic surgeries. I see women running away from their homes by following these stupid TV dramas. I see women committing suicide and making their fathers disgrace because of these following movies. I see society pressurizing, burdenizing women because of the stereotypes, harmful stereotypes set up by the media. So I should stand, clap and admire my opponents who still thinks that media has not done any harmful stereotypes in the society. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, as poets from thousands of years of human history have pointed out, women are the most beautiful creatures created by God to ever roam the earth. Capitalizing on that point, I would say that social media has not done anything wrong. It has just made more thanks come to God for His creation, for His most beautiful creation ever to roam the earth. When women with good physique, when women with beautiful bodies, when women with beautiful hair are portrayed on social media, the intent is not that they are to be abused. The intent is so that other women learn how to remain healthy, how to maintain a beautiful posture. When accomplished women like presidents, like diplomats, like professors or any other accomplished women are portrayed on social media, they are to send a message. Social media wants to send a message to other women that are discouraged by their society to come out and just become whatever they want to be. But I don't know why subjective abuse that comes from some individuals, that come from a very little portion of the population, this point has been capitalized by the opposition, by the government. Why they want to show that social media has portrayed women to be stereotypical, while poets and myself, I am humbled to be in the presence of such a large gathering of God's most beautiful creation on earth, women. That's a token of appreciation, not of mockery. Thank you.
Our next resolution is greater use of AI has reduced the intellectual capacity of individuals. To that end, I invite King Edward Medical University, Lahore and National Defense University, Islamabad to please join us on the stage.
I think, therefore I am. When Descartes said this, he described the brain as the reason for human existence. Today, that brain faces an existential threat. But in order to understand that threat, we must first understand how our brain evolved. It evolved whenever it faced a wall in front of it. It reasoned to understand it, to deconstruct it, and then to break it. Today,
the human brain is crippled because it has willed to not break those walls in front of it. Today, the human brain is crippled when children use AI to solve even the most basic of problems. Today, the human brain is crippled when AI is used to mass produce cheap art. Today, the human brain is crippled when AI is used to make music because us humans cannot invent a single tune of our own. Ladies and gentlemen, why is this important? For centuries, we prized our intellectual capacity in the form of art, music, literature, novelty of thought. Today, what AI provides us is regurgitated information masquerading as original, novel thought. In the past, our scholarly research paved the way for new fields to emerge. Today, with the use of AI, all research is a Xerox of a Xerox of a Xerox. Ladies and gentlemen, I see a dim future when no Shakespeare invents a sonnet. I see a dim future where no Marquez imagines a world of magical realism. I see a dim future where no Faz sings in Pakistan. And that is our reality. We are no longer humans. We are slaves to technology. Our existence is as artificial as the masters we seek our answers from. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, why am I standing here today in front of you? Because I'm defending AI. If AI did not exist and if it were not around, would you and I be having such an intellectually stimulating debate right now? No, we wouldn't. So put your hands on your hearts and ask yourselves, is AI truly decreasing our intellectual capacity? Just like bread cannot outsmart the baker, AI can never outsmart the human mind. And to be honest, the irony is that humans are innocent creatures because they're afraid of their own creation. Why? And so are the government so innocent that they could not define what human intellect actually is. It is a combination of two things: critical thinking and creative human analysis. And AI lack both of them because they are based on machine learning. How disrespectful it is that the government is comparing thousands of years of human intellectual heritage to something so modern and so recent. How disgraceful. Only those people would complain about AI stealing other people's intellectual capacity who got their jobs stolen by AI. Just because you couldn't do your daily, day-to-day tasks, simple tasks, how can you blame AI for doing this for you? Instead, you should be appreciating this little child of yours for helping you through so much, for solving the simplest problems for you. And I think that if the government turned to AI for assisting them for preparing for this debate, maybe they could have done better. So congratulations, everybody. AI is here for you to assist you for everything that you do so that you can use your creative human potential to do something truly meaningful. I rest my case here.
Our last resolution for the English debate session is embracing diversity. Building inclusive communities is need of the time. To that end, I invite Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, Jamshoro, and Pata University, Federal Region, Kohat.
May I start? My dad never really liked narrow-minded people. He always thought that these people had never really seen the world, a world as big, as diverse as the sea of knowledge itself. As a Muslim, have you forgotten that it was your own Prophet Muhammad that said that a white man is in no way better than a black man? It was your own Prophet Muhammad that formed the constitution that said Muslims, Jews, and Christians can live together as long as they are humans. As a Pakistani, have you forgotten there was Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who formed Pakistan and said the marginalized and suppressed communities can live together here in peace? As a Pakistani, this HEC competition is one of the biggest examples of inclusivity and diversity. Why? Why? Because on this platform, on this stage, all provinces have come together. Sindh, Balochistan, Punjab, KPK, and exchanged their brilliant diverse ideas, creating hubs of innovation and creativity. And it is due to HEC that Sindh and FATA have closed the biggest gap between them under this debate. As a civil engineer, I am not only limited to one discipline. In a multidisciplinary world, if I am to step out into the world, in the 21st century, I can be anything, I can do anything I want. Finance, IT, business, management, anything. It is the 21st century. How dare you say that the world is limited to one ethnicity, one religion, one province, when there's a million people living in it? How dare you take the rights of other people just because they're born a different ethnicity, a different religion than you are? I give you two options today. Either you can go back to your room, close that door, and sit and lock yourself in that little world, narrow world that you created yourself. Or you can step out into the world, revolutionize your ideas, different perspectives, different ideas, different people. You choose the world or your small world. I thank you all.
Madam Speaker, read my lips. It is impossible. I come from FATA. For 24 years, I have seen nothing but bloodshed. I admit that I may not have fancy English words in the repository of my vocabulary. I may not have a good English accent, and I admit that I may not be as well known as my dear colleague is, but I have seen life firsthand, and I know what problems people face in this country. There are more pressing issues that we should prioritize, and I think that the resolution presented in this honorable House is just an escape and a stunt to distract the attention of the people from those pressing issues that our country faces. Madam President, my opponent may be of the view that diversity and building inclusive community is the mountaintop. It is the summit of human development. But what about the mountain? Look at the World Hunger Index. More than 120 million Pakistanis live below poverty lines. More than 20 million Pakistani children are out of schools. When I ask for food, you say embrace diversity. When I ask for peace in education, you say believe in building inclusive communities. And Mr. Speaker, I also believe that the notion of embracing diversity unconditionally is a disregard to the Article 2, 41 and 91 of the Constitution of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear participants. And that concludes our impromptu round. I ask Ms. Manahil to please take over. Thank you, Ms. Shilp.
So while the judges compile the results, it will take like around 10 minutes. During that time, any volunteers who want to present poetry or want to maybe sing a national song, you can come on the stage.
آزاد. نظم کا عنوان ہے بربریت. یہ رونا دھونا، یہ مجنوں ہونا یوں ہی نہیں تھا کہ اس کے پیچھے بھی ایک لمبی کہانی ہے جو نہیں بتانی. وہ جا چکی ہے پر اس کے وعدوں کا مان اب بھی رکھا ہوا ہے. تمام رازوں کی رازداری رکھی ہوئی ہے. میں اس کی چاہت جتانے والے ہر ایک ناٹک کو جان کر بھی سکون میں تھا. میں خود کو پاگل بنا کے خوش تھا کہ شاید اس کو بھی عشق ہوگا. وہ بولتی تھی کہ یار سب سے زیادہ مجھ کو عزیز ہو تم، تو میں بھی اپنے عزیز ہونے پہ فخر کرتا. مجھے تو یہ علم ہی نہیں تھا کہ میری طرح کے کافی حضرات اس کی جانب سے اپنے اپنے عزیز ہونے پہ خوش گما تھے. پتہ چلا تو میں اتنی شدت سے ٹوٹا بکھرا کہ میرے اندر ہی مر گئی وہ. میں اس کا چہلم منانے صحرا کی جانب آیا. میں اتنا رویا کہ میرے رونے سے تھل کے ٹیلوں کی خشکیاں بھی نمی میں بدلی. یہ میری چیخو پکار سن کر ہزار پنچھی اڑان کرتے ہوئے مرے تھے. وہاں پہ موجود سارے وحشی بھی میری وحشت سے ڈر گئے تھے، سو مر گئے تھے. میرا محبت یا پھر ہوس کا تو کوئی رشتہ نہیں تھا اس سے. کئی دفعہ میرے پاس تھی پر اسے عبادت سمجھ کے دیکھا. ہر ایک ملاقات ایسا رکھے معراج رکھی. میں عشق والا تھا اس لیے میں نے اس کے برقعے کی لاج رکھی. یہ بربریت کی انتہا ہے کہ میرے جذبات جان کر بھی وہ میرے مرنے کی منتظر تھی. یہ زندگی بھی تو اس کی خوشیوں سے اہم کب تھی. تباہ و برباد ہو کے دیکھا تو ایک رستہ بچا ہوا تھا. میں اسی رستے پہ چل پڑا تھا. میں اپنے سارے رقیب سینے لگا کے رویا اور ان سے بولا کہ یار اس کا خیال رکھنا. میں اپنے سارے رقیب سینے لگا کے رویا اور ان سے بولا کہ یار اس کا خیال رکھنا کہ وہ محبت سے ڈر نہ جائے. وہ ہر کسی پر ہی مر رہی ہے، کہیں وہ سچ مچ ہی مر نہ جائے.
ہم نے پوچھا تھا کہ اظہار نہیں ہو سکتا، دل پکارا کہ خبردار نہیں ہو سکتا. ایک محبت تو کئی بار بھی ہو سکتی ہے، ایک ہی شخص ہر بار نہیں ہو سکتا. اور جس سے پوچھیں تیرے بارے میں یہی کہتا ہے، جس سے پوچھیں تیرے بارے میں یہی کہتا ہے، خوبصورت ہے وفادار نہیں ہو سکتا.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. It's pretty surprising that I spontaneously stand here and read my own writing here. It's in Urdu. I'll start. بتائے کوئی ایسے جہاں کا پتہ مجھے، قول انسان میں جس جہاں جھوٹ کی ملاوٹ نہیں ہوتی. فطرت انسان میں وہاں بناوٹ نہیں ہوتی. دلوں میں جہاں کوئی کدورت نہیں ہوتی، کسی کی بھی وہاں کسی سے عداوت نہیں ہوتی. دکھوں سے جہاں آنکھ اشکبار نہیں ہوتی، تلخیوں میں جکڑی وہاں کی در و دیوار نہیں ہوتی. اپنوں سے، خود سے اور خدا سے جہاں شکایت نہیں ہوتی، دل میں رہ جانے کو وہاں حسرت نہیں ہوتی. انسانیت اکثر جہاں بے وفا نہیں ہوتی، گردن پہ وہاں کوئی بھی تیغ دغا نہیں ہوتی. بکھرنے یا مر جانے کی جہاں پرواہ نہیں ہوتی، محبت کبھی بھی وہاں رسوا نہیں ہوتی. بندوں میں جہاں منافقت نہیں ہوتی، درمیان ان کے وہاں نفرت نہیں ہوتی. عزت کبھی جہاں نیلام نہیں ہوتی، ستم گر کی ستم گری وہاں سر عام نہیں ہوتی. کرچیوں میں بکری جہاں ملت نہیں ہوتی، نصیب میں اس کے جہاں ذلت نہیں ہوتی. اس کا جواب ہے کہ ہے ایک ایسا جہاں تخلیق خدا میں، فطرت میں جس جہاں برائی نہیں ہے، وہاں پہ کچھ اور سوائے بھلائی نہیں ہے. اس زندگی میں تجھے وہاں رسائی نہیں ہے، ہو بھی نہ شاید اگر تجھ میں اچھائی نہیں ہے. دیکھ نہ پائے گی تیری روح اس جہاں کو اگر خالق جہاں کی تجھ میں کامل اطاعت نہیں ہے. کیوں شکوہ خواہ ہے اگر دنیا میں ہے رہتا، اس جہاں میں اس جہاں کی تجھے استطاعت نہیں ہے. پوری ہو تیری ہر خواہش یہ ضروری تو نہیں، پوری ہو تیری ہر خواہش یہ ضروری تو نہیں، آخر کو یہ دنیا ہے خاکی، بہشت نہیں ہے.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am the president of NUST Debating Society and I dedicate a poem to my team from NUST. امجد اسلام امجد، جن کو میں اپنا استاد بھی سمجھتا ہوں، اللہ تعالیٰ ان کی مغفرت فرمائے. ان کی ایک نظم ہے محبت کی ایک نظم. تو میرے استاد فرماتے ہیں کہ اگر کبھی میری یاد آئے، اگر کبھی میری یاد آئے، گریز کرتی ہوا کی لہروں پہ ہاتھ رکھنا، میں خوشبوؤں میں تمہیں ملوں گا. مجھے گلابوں کی پتیوں میں تلاش کرنا، میں اوس قطروں کے آئینوں میں تمہیں ملوں گا. اگر گلابوں میں، اوس قطروں میں، خوشبوؤں میں نہ پاؤ مجھ کو تو اپنے قدموں میں دیکھ لینا، میں گرد ہوتی مسافتوں میں تمہیں ملوں گا. کہیں پہ روشن چراغ دیکھو تو جان لینا کہ ہر پتنگے کے ساتھ میں بھی بکھر چکا ہوں. تم اپنے ہاتھوں سے ان پتنگوں کی خاک دریا میں ڈال دینا، میں خاک بن کر سمندروں میں سفر کروں گا. کسی نہ دیکھے ہوئے جزیرے پہ رک کے تم کو صدائیں دوں گا. سمندروں کے سفر پہ نکلو تو اس جزیرے پہ بھی اترنا، سمندروں کے سفر پہ نکلو تو اس جزیرے پہ بھی اترنا. تھینک یو سو مچ.
ہم گم چکے بستی بن میں، ایک آس کی پانس لیے من میں. کوئی ساجن ہو، کوئی پیارا ہو، کوئی دیپک ہو، کوئی تارا ہو. جب جیون رات اندھیری ہو، ایک بار کہو تم میری ہو. جب ساون بادل چائے ہوں، جب پاگن پھول کھلائے ہوں. جب چندہ روپ لوٹاتا ہو، جب سورج دھوپ نہاتا ہو، یا شام نے بستی گیری ہو. ایک بار کہو تم میری ہو. ہاں دل کا دامن دل کا دامن پھیلا ہے، کیوں گوری کا دل میلا ہے. ہم کب تک پیت کے دھوکے میں، تم کب تک دور جروکے میں. کب دید سے دل کو سہری ہو، ایک بار کہو تم میری ہو. کیا جگڑا سود خسارے کا، یہ کاج نہیں بنجارے کا. سب سونا روپا لے جائیں، سب دنیا لے جائے. تم ایک مجھے بہتری ہو، ایک بار کہو تم میری ہو. تو پھر جواب کچھ یوں آیا کہ وہ لڑکی بھی جو چاند نگر کی رانی تھی، وہ جس کی الہڑ آنکھوں میں حیرانی تھی، آج اس نے بھی پیغام یہی بھجوایا ہے، سب مایا ہے. جو لوگ ابھی تک نام وفا کا لیتے ہیں، وہ جان کے دھوکے کاتے دھوکے دیتے ہیں. ہاں ٹھوک بجا کے ہم نے حکم لکھوایا ہے، سب مایا ہے، سب مایا ہے. جب دیکھ لیا ہر شخص یہاں ہر جائی ہے، اس شہر سے دور ایک کٹیا ہم نے بنائی ہے، اور اس کٹیا کے ماتھے پر لکھوایا ہے، سب مایا ہے. شکریہ.
I am Mamoon Ahmed from Institute of Management Sciences Peshawar. Today یہاں پر بہت زیادہ اردو سپیکرز ہیں، کوئی بھی نہیں ہوگا جو پشتو پہ سمجھ سکے. لیکن ادھر میں آج اپنے پشتو پوئٹ جو میرے دل کے بہت عزیز اور ہر ایک پختون کے دل کے بہت عزیز ہے، غنی خان صاحب، ان کا شعر ہے کہ زما تل روان یم پمخا Yo mukam tawar rawanyam, yo mukam tabarsigam, kapalara ke siragl karnavi katyara, zirana ki yam khushala, khutyaruna nayarigam, zama zama zama. اب اس کا ٹرانسلیشن کرواتا ہوں کہ زما 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 تلروان یم پمخا، کہ میں جا رہا ہوں اور ایک مقام کے لیے پہنچوں گا. یو مقام تا ور روانیم یو مقام تا برسیگم، ایک مقام کی جانب میں بڑھ رہا ہوں اور اس مقام تک میں پہنچوں گا. کپلارا کے سراغل کرناوی کتیرا زرنا کیم خوشالا خطیرون نا یریگم. اگر راستے میں کچھ بھی آئے، چاہے اندھیرا ہو یا روشنی، میں روشنی میں خوش ہوں مگر اندھیرے سے مجھے ڈر نہیں لگتا اور میں اپنے مقام کی طرف رواں ہوں. بہت شکریہ.
السلام علیکم. حافظ سلمان کیفی فرام چلڈرن ہاسپٹل لاہور، یونیورسٹی آف چائلڈ ہیلتھ سائنسز. ایک میری اپنی بندہ ناچیز کی تھوڑی سی لکھی ہوئی غزل ہے آپ کی سماعتوں کی نظر کہ میں محبت میں خیانت معاف نہیں کرتا، میں محبت میں خیانت معاف نہیں کرتا، چونکہ شرک تو خدا بھی معاف نہیں کرتا. تانے بے وفائی کے دیتے ہیں ایک دوجے کو، تانے بے وفائی کے دیتے ہیں ایک دوجے کو، لیکن اپنے دل کو کوئی بھی صاف نہیں کرتا. اور آج کل کی محبت سے مجھے دور رہنا ہے، آج کل کی محبت سے مجھے دور رہنا ہے، کیونکہ میں تو محبت زیر ناف نہیں کرتا. اور آج کل کی محبت سے مجھے ڈر لگتا ہے یارو، آج کل کی محبت سے مجھے ڈر لگتا ہے یارو، اسی لیے تو میں عین شین کاف نہیں کرتا. اور یہ آج کل کی نوجوان نسل بیٹھی ہے، ان کی نظر آخری شعر کے سب ہوس کے پجاری ہیں کیفی، سب کے سب ہوس کے پجاری ہیں کیفی، ہاتھ آئے جو لڑکی تو کوئی بھی معاف نہیں کرتا. شکریہ.
Dear audience, please settle down. We'll begin with the closing ceremony shortly.